Good evening. Prime Minister Julia Gillard has been accused of playing politics over a new national flood mitigation funding scheme. Ursula Hager joins us now. And Ursula, it looks like the bulk of the money is going to New South Wales.
Yes, that's right. The federal government has committed $100 million over the next 2 years to flood mitigation projects across the country. And while not all of that money has yet been allocated, the lion's share, about $50 million, will go to Sydney's Warragamba Dam. Now, Premier Campbell Newman has come out about this today. He's spoken out. He says that more money should already have been allocated to Queensland, in particular for areas like Gympie that have suffered their fourth flood in a year.
It was meant to be a Queensland meet and greet to show how the federal government was helping flood victims. A new fund, $100 million over 2 years to help with flood mitigation projects.
More money spent here than any other part of the nation by an absolute country mile, and that's been appropriate because Queensland's been the hardest hit.
On the agenda, $7 million for a levy to protect Roma, a town that's flooded 3 times in the past 3 years. $10 million for work in Ipswich, which flooded again just after Australia Day. But the big ticket item, $50 million to protect residents living below Sydney's Warragamba Dam.
It was quite easy to provide $50 million for Western Sydney, for Warragamba Dam, to protect houses that, as far as I'm aware, haven't flooded certainly in the last 2.5 years. You good people might want to question the politics of it.
The federal government says the mitigation projects will mean lower insurance premiums for flood victims.
If you diminish the risk, the case for the higher premiums goes down.
It will certainly reduce the upward pressure on premiums, but we also expect them to go down in certain areas where there has been a major flood risk.
But the Prime Minister denied Queensland's been left out in the cold. She pledged an extra $45 million to the Australia Day flood recovery.
Adding to the confusion, there's yet another $40 million for local councils to pay for flood-proofing roads. While the money and the politics are flowing, it's the flood victims feeling the pinch.
All the money that she's going to contribute to Ipswich to put a levy, I think is going to be a waste of money.
Now, the local government association has also made a statement about this afternoon. They say what Queensland's been allocated goes nowhere near what's needed. They say if Queensland was to be fully flood mitigated, we'd need about $100 million to cover it, so the full amount to cover that. And I'll have more details for you later this news hour about exactly how that money will be spent in Ipswich.
See you then. Thank you, Ursula Hager.